Hello and welcome back to Lansdowne Roar live here from Lansdowne Road. And a bit of a conflicting feeling here. 2-2 draw, Republic of Ireland 2, Hungary 2. A fantastic second half, a terrible first 10 minutes from the boys of Green. 2 down at halftime, could have been 4, should have been 4, really, except for a little bit of class from Evan Ferguson. And what a little bit of class from Evan Ferguson. Heimer's job on the line, 2-0 down. Oh, he must have read my Facebook post half time, and it came out a completely different side, Conor. We were just saying, kind of wait for the noise to go down and the crowd to go back to Slatterys, we hope. Slatterys of Beggars Bush. If you want to head for an after match pint, that is the place to go. Fantastic sponsors here at Lansdowne Road. They support us brilliantly, so give them a little support. Go around there on your way home, posh, go in and lubricate the old system and voice notes, because I think that's what I need. Before we get started, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, head out to our Facebook, Instagram and our Twitter account. And so there you go. Before I ask Conor, get his opinion, hopefully a little calmer than it was when we last did an aftermath. You never know who's watching. Please do get involved. We see the comments coming in there. Have your say. This is Irish football's most interactive podcast. We are the voice of the fans, although mine is a little bit hoarse after that.
We'll set like last night. Last night what we did was we said like the video if Ireland think Ireland's going to win. Like the video if you are pleased but disappointed at the same time. I don't know what that is. I don't even know how you'd sum it up, but please, same time, like the video of that. But if you're delighted, put that a comment as well, because I'm sure that'll cause more debate than anything. Because I'm sure there is some people that are delighted, and there's some people who are still quite negative. But yeah,
yep.
Where do we start? I don't know. I think you have to go through. I think just overall, my feeling right now, Dave, is disappointment. It is real disappointment, to be honest with you.
We're not out of it. Right, just to sort of get that off, we're not out of it. Okay, a loss here would have effectively meant we were out. This was not a marathon.
Yeah,
this was a sprint. But you're right. I don't. How do you feel about it? Yeah. How do you feel at home about it? Wherever you're watching, tell us where you're watching it as well. We love to see where our faithful are watching from. I don't know, Conor. I was disgusted after the first half.
That's
disgusted.
I went to the toilets at halftime.
Oh yeah,
and I went thinking to myself, this is England all over again. I wasn't even pissed off. I just felt embarrassed. It was one of the most embarrassing first half displays I've seen by an Irish team here. It was worse than that England game, because at least with the England game, we started well for 5 minutes, and then that snake scored a lovely goal, which just can happen, and then the whole momentum went out of the game. But that was just because of who scored. But today was just diabolical in the first half. There was like, I don't know what you put up on halftime, but I said, Heimer Hallgrimsson, over to you. Your job's in the line here. You have 45 minutes to save it. Some people were going at him, what are you on about? No one else. But the thing is, I don't think some people realize he's only under contract until the end of this campaign. So it would have been, essentially, his contract wouldn't have been renewed if he'd lost today, and all hope would have been gone. Like, there was so much hope, optimism, thinking we could do something. Yeah, I can understand. Goals can happen after 2 minutes. These things do happen in football. Doherty, I don't know if Doherty switched off or he was just lack of pace just to get back in the time, but it was just simply not good enough. And then, because you could tell by Darragh O'Shea gave Varga a little push.
Yeah.
Darragh O'Shea was doing his job, and it just presumed he's offside. And you can understand, you're like, you should never switch off, play to the whistle. But then you can also understand at the same time, it's like, I expect elite level footballers. Matt Doherty plays every week in the Premier League, and he does that. Like, I'm conflicted in the sense of, like, we all know Matt Doherty's probably not good enough to play for Ireland anymore, and he was good under Heimer, but like, he was playing as that right centre back in a formation that I think we started to show signs of improvement in with that 3-4-2-1. And I think even the lineup he went today would have done okay in that 3-4-2-1 if he would have done that. But it was a 4-4-2 flat with Matt Doherty playing left back, which he hasn't done under Heimer Hallgrimsson. He hasn't done, I don't think, under any Ireland manager. I know under Kenny he played left wing back, and yeah, he done well, but that was as a wing back, which is a different role because you're higher up the pitch. Even Manning today in the first half and the second half, he put in a gorgeous delivery for Ida to get the goal. But if you consider where we were in that first half, we spent a lot of time on the halfway line, and that's when Manning was picking the ball up. And the thing is, what is Manning going to do other than either a crossfield ball or just put it in behind Ferguson? And like, Ferguson's yeah, he showed flashes of going in behind, but he's not Sinclair Armstrong. We just put in, let him chase it. He's just not that sort of striker. It's like you kind of need to build it up a bit, or like if you're going to give it to him, get him that he has options off us. But because Manning has no pace, the same as Smodics on the wing. Smodics on the wing is really null and void. You're just shoehorning. It kind of felt the first half was shoehorning and players in between. And the reality is none of them are good enough or above the player. I would say probably above the players in their position. Like say Smodics, say Heimer thinks Smodics is more effective than Ogbene or McAteer. I do not think that Smodics is that much better than them to take them out of their natural position and play him in a position that he doesn't play. Like when he plays, just on that, he plays for Ipswich, he plays on the left usually, and he usually doesn't even play as their 10, but he usually plays off the left where he can come inside, and he's quite good at that, coming inside and finish. Playing on the right is just null and void.
Yeah, we are going to talk about the second half performance, but like we would not be doing our job here if we didn't talk about that first half performance. It was abject. It was dreadful. Doherty, I'm sorry, he cannot. As you said, I don't remember him playing as a left back. We could be wrong on that. Under Halgrimsson, we thought the lessons were learned. He was dreadful. He headed the ball out. Wasn't a great header, I suppose. Well, he got distance on him, but went straight to a Hungary player, and then he just kind of like strolled coming back in and not like played the lad on for the first goal. Absolute schoolboy marking in the second, and that's what I said at halftime. I said, we hear about this, we want to create memories, we want to do this. Everything's great in the camp. It's fantastic now. All this confidence. That's great. But you have to do it out there. And he didn't. And now I did ask at halftime, where were the leaders? Where are the leaders in this team? Now, to be fair to them, they stepped up. Yeah. But some of it just made no sense. I do not understand Smodic on the wing. I think he's a number 10. He's a street footballer. He's not a winger. He's a guy that gets in and around the outside edge of the box, around the D. Just, he causes mayhem. That's what he does. He's a great little street footballer. But to be fair to them, in the second half, we were whipping into the box. That goalkeeper was proper dodgy. He made a couple of decent saves.
It was crap.
Referee was crap.
Get me started.
Referee was rubbish.
6 minutes added on. You're having a laugh.
Should have had a penalty. I don't know if anyone saw it. Collins, absolutely. It was like Hierro. And Niall Quinn back in 2002. I'm old enough to remember that. You were already born. But no, it was absolutely rubbish first half performance. And you're right. Halverson must have. I'd love to know. By the way, because we stay up here because we want to talk to you. We don't. Not that we don't want to talk to the players and manager, but we don't talk to the players and manager. So we talk to you guys. So tell us in the comments when we get to it. In the next few minutes, what Halgrimsson says, if you're watching at home. Thank you, by the way. Over 1,000 of you watching us already. But it was he must have lashed him at halftime.
I that's why I feel somewhat bad for Doherty, because you can't say it's a scapegoat because he's a good enough player and he has the ability enough to not do what he done in that first half. But he has been shoehorned into a role where he's clearly not good enough, and he'll never be good enough, and never he was good enough. So that's kind of I want Heimer to exceed. I can see things that have improved, but then there's some things where you're thinking, come on, man, that's not good enough. Manning on the left wing, I can understand sometimes. Playing on maybe as a wing back, yeah. Even when he played higher up as at number 10, it made more sense than actually as a 4-4-2 as a flat, because he was a lot higher up in the pitch. He was kind of playing where Azaz and Smodics were kind of, or Azaz was playing tonight. That was kind of where he was playing the pitch. So he's a lot higher up. But it was just so frustrating. Like, Halgrimsson has to take a lot of just reflection really on what I don't understand. Like, it seemed like he was building in that 4-4-2 defensive shape, and then into that 3-4-2-1 when we had the ball. But then as soon as things started going well for Ireland, we were doing that 3-4-2-1. So I don't understand. Like, I'm just confused with that. I don't get it. Like, Halgrimsson does have to take blame for that first half. It just simply wasn't good enough. The midfield was too lethargic. You said Azaz. I thought Azaz was only playing the first half that showed a bit of competency on the ball, that could even try and take it on turn, or try and could even pass the ball crisply. But the rest of the players it was just like Ferguson had that one moment. I must say, I don't know any other striker in the world at the moment, bar maybe Harry Kane or Lewandowski or Haaland. Well, Haaland doesn't really seem to touch the ball, man. That produces that touch and that ability to go around Orban and then that get the strike off, which in fairness was a good save, but their keeper was useless. The second half was just, I think it was second half kind of felt like it was fixing the first half mistakes, and 45 minutes wasn't enough. And in reality, it was kind of like as soon as Salah got sent off, it was 2 points left in the table. Simple as. It was not. We shouldn't have drew that game. And the more I think of it, it's just like we're not out of it, but it's just so disappointing.
It's because we just made it so difficult for ourselves. What I would say, I like Azaz, as you know, but I think in a game like that he's ineffective, and I thought he was ineffective. That's the sort, like I've said it. He's a luxury player. He's a number, like he's like a Glenn Hoddle. He's a number 10 now, you know, in modern day football. But he'd be a number 8, I suppose, if you want to use if you're looking back in football, kind of a bit, you know, from the day gone. Oh, there's Deaglin. It was just, I just found him quite ineffective, and he was kind of bullied out of it. He was trying.
I think you're just putting the wrong man. He was the only man who seemed to actually have a bit of football ability.
Oh, top man. Thank you, my good man.
Hi, Deaglin. How are you?
Cheers, mate. See you later, pal. Thank you.
But just from looking at that, like, the reality is, I know you're saying by putting crosses in the second half, there were so many ridiculous crosses put in the second half where it's kind of the thing where the fan just, put it in the box, put it in the box. The players were kind of naively putting the ball in the box when it wasn't ready. Even when you think back to either Adam Ida's goal, it was, look where Manning put the cross in from. It was literally right on the 18-yard box on the left.
That's what got us to kind of
No, it did get us somewhat. I mean, we were putting the ball and like basically just over the halfway line or right in the corner flag, and the balls were just aimless because people were heading the ball from the penalty box. It didn't work enough. It was, if you think of it, crossed at the right time worked, but it didn't work constantly over and over. There was a stage in the second half before Mikey Johnson came on where he had no player on the pitch that could take a man on. Ogbene, but Ogbene needs 20 yards of space to run at a man. Johnson can do it in little pockets where he can pick up the ball and go past one man and do it. It was too long before we got Johnson on the pitch.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting the ball in the box.
No, but the thing is, I don't think there's anything wrong to a level, and it does work, and it does put pressure on their team, but constantly doing it over and over before someone's even beat a man or someone's even went for a 1-2 or something simple.
But that's not an issue with the tactic. That's an issue with the player.
I know
that's the quality of the player.
But it was clear and obvious that we had players that could even do that. Even Casey McAteer would have been. Honestly, Casey McAteer probably would have been more effective than Ogbene.
I'm agreeing with you on that one. What do you guys think? We will get to the comments in the next few minutes. No, I agree with you on that. The tactics worked. Look, there's no issue with pumping balls in the box because it worked. And that goalie was dodgy. And I've always said it. I said it before this. I wanted a 4-4-2, nice and simple. You can play a bit of stuff. But the problem was when we were trying to play the ball, it was just back. Like there was one over here in the first half, right, where Seti had the ball over on the right wing. Okay, just maybe about 25 yards out. He's thinking, okay, go on, have a go. What did he do? Pass it back slowly over to this side. And then it ends up back over there. So he came all the way back here just to go over there. And you're thinking, what's that about?
Well, the reality,
the ball in the box.
But the reality is, what a lot of times that was happening is because we just didn't have any. We didn't have. You get the ball over to Manning, who was playing left wing. Manning would get the ball. He would see 20 yards of space in front of him, 1-on-1 with the right back. But he doesn't trust himself in a 1v1 situation because he's not a natural winger. The reality is, he came through. If you look at Ryan Manning's career, he came through as a number 10 and it got pushed back to a left back. And some left backs, Roman left backs like Kirkes might take a man on who was ineffective tonight, in all fairness, Kirkes, but he was playing very deep. But like, I do not understand why Ryan Manning is playing left wing with Matt Doherty. That is something I do not think you can put on the players.
No.
There's certain things you can put on the players for Matt Doherty's mistakes.
The markings on the player. No, I get what you're saying. The markings on the players. That's a little 5-side game. The markings on the players. Sorry, the marking, the abject performances. That's on the players. But yeah, I do get you. I didn't agree with the selection. Look, in my 4-4 in my teams, I wanted Manning on the left as a left back. I thought that made more sense. I wanted Johnson on the left. What I would have done was, now obviously he kicked him up the hole at halftime, rightfully so, because the man's job's on the line here. His job's on the line. We lose this, we're out. We're fucked, right? And his job is gone. So he probably tore into them, and then I'd be looking at it going, oh, you know what? And I agree with you, and this is where I agree with you here. Going, do you know what? This is working. Pumping balls down the wings. We got 2 wingers on the bench. Get them on. We're doing okay. We're doing okay with the lads that aren't wingers. Thinking, Jesus, how well we do with the actual wingers. And when we went on, Johnson, you can see immediately Johnson on the left doing his stuff.
Do you notice how much more effective Ryan Manning was when he had a winger in front of him, or someone that could either overlap, or even Johnson won it, because obviously naturally people say, that left back over a winger can overlap a full back, because it does happen at times. And you've seen the real Ryan Manning, that what he can offer offensively when he has someone beside him that's natural. Like, I don't think I don't blame Matt Doherty for that. Like, reasoning, I blame Matt Doherty for switching off the first goal and even slipping. Remember, Kelleher made a good save for the chance they had to make it 3-0. Like, I blame Doherty, but the simple things like that, you cannot blame a manager for picking a player for that simple thing. I think you can understand what Heimer's doing. Like, defensively, he's trying to make it solid, and I don't think the goals you can blame on Heimer, but I just think the initial setup was too negative, and that's kind of what cost us 3 points tonight. Already, I know, like, maybe they mightn't have got, maybe if they went 2-0 up, if they didn't go 2-0 up and we didn't get that goal from Bergson and all the pressure was on them, they mightn't have got that red card. But like, in fairness, they defended well. They were outstanding at time wasting. Literally, they done that as good as you can do. If
you'd never know their manager's Italian, would you?
No. You could tell, even from the first half, they were like, Callum Styles went down in the box in the first half for Josh Cullen when Josh Cullen didn't even touch his face, and then you could see that was in their tactics to waste time. And their keeper was dreadful. You know how bad a keeper is when he has Szoboszlai coming back to take the goal kicks, because because they don't trust his kicking ability. And like, a lot of their players are bang average. There was little moments you could see that they were bang average in times tonight. Salai and Szoboszlai were the only ones that showed a little bit of class. Like, I know Szoboszlai, but Szoboszlai was first half. Szoboszlai was basically playing centre back, to be honest. He was picking up the ball and he
does everything. I thought he was going to pop in goal for a second.
And I did worry. I was worried though when we got it back to 2-1 and Salai got sent off. They had a couple of very, very decent chances going through the middle of our team when there was absolutely nothing. And you can say about this player or that player coming into the team, the reality is the midfield went missing in them instances, and that is a player fault. Like, where is the midfield? Like, should we be playing with 3 in midfield? Or I just think we improved when he went back to that 3-4-2-1 in possession. And then it's just disheartening to me. Like, I'm delighted for Ferguson to get a goal tonight, because when he had to show his class, he looked good. And Ida, I'm delighted because obviously he's been through a horrible season so far and he's had to put up with a lot of abuse, and he got that goal. I didn't like the fact he went and celebrated, but I think it was a heat in the moment thing. I think he probably should have got back to that.
Nathan Collins running, get back, we need to win this. Yeah, I mean, we see comments coming in there. Thank you for that. 1,600 of you watching us already. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you to you guys. Thank you to our sponsor, Slatterys of Beggar's Bush. Conor's going to head back there. If you're around town, head back there for a pint. I'm sure the place is going to be rocking.
Make sure you like the video.
Make sure you like the video. We're watching a little 5-side match. Who's that playing?
It's all the subs. And Bennett, McAteer, and Johnson.
I was going to say,
and Jack Taylor. Even though he came on very early.
Who's that lad with the white? Yeah, it's Johnson in the white, isn't it?
Yeah. He's playing as both teams.
It's a cracking game. Maybe we could turn the camera around. No, we won't. We'll probably get in trouble.
Well, it's on. No, it's in public settings. You can't stop us.
Go on. Have a look. That's what we're watching at the moment.
We're doing what all the teams do, but they don't usually do it after the game. You just have them doing runs.
No, let me get the camera back.
Every team does that in general all the time, but like in terms of
I like that. That makes more sense to me, because you do more running in the game than you just fucking running in straight lines. Let me get that camera.
But I don't want people think, but it's just a sense of disappointment. 2 points dropped. I'm glad, but I thought we were going to go get the winner. I thought it was written in the stars, but I just think this team can be quite naive at times. But moments like tonight may help. But you could see their faces after. Ferguson looked absolutely gutted that we didn't win that game.
Well,
Kelleher looked very disappointed. Ida, even though Ida scored the goal, which would have done his confidence really good, he's very frustrated. And like, as we look ahead to Tuesday, obviously we haven't got the team yet. We can't predict the team yet, but we should see so much more from this team. Like, I know we're going away and it's going to be a difficult place to go, and they'll look to bounce back after getting battered by Portugal tonight. It was not a good start. And the reality is, they're going to be, just looking at Hungary, they're going to be playing Portugal on Tuesday night in Budapest, which you're going to look to think, if we get a point from this game, we're well on course getting a playoff place, because they drew here tonight. They'll be delighted with 2 points from 2 games, to be honest, when it's us and us and Portugal. But the reality is, we did get that last minute equaliser, which will disappoint them after being 2-0 up.
I think psychologically it was good, to get that. I've always said that. But look, at the end of the day, we've finished very strongly, and even at 11 men each, we were clearly the better team. We're clearly on top. And by the way, the atmosphere here, I will give credit to the FEI. The anthem, not really in for the a cappella anthem, but it worked.
Should be the fans.
Yeah, it worked though, to be fair. And then he sang Wild Rover a cappella, and that got the crowd going. Atmosphere, goosebumps. I said it to you, didn't I? I said that is class. 2 minutes gone, and the place was like a library. It was like a library. Everyone was angry, we were pissed off, and then all of a sudden it came out, and the place, Conor, it was a different place. So once the goal went in, wow, fantastic atmosphere. Anyway, we're going to get to the comments. Thank you so much for watching yet again. Thank you to our sponsors, Slattery of Beggars Bush, a fantastic pub, by the way. Give them a visit. Right, are you ready, Conor?
Yeah.
Before I do it, if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and our Twitter account. Give him a follow over and Rep Tracker as well on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And if you want a little bit of extra roar, you can go to Roar Plus. Give us a little dig out as well. We very much appreciate it. Your support is wonderful. We have little things. If you want a reminder of better times, for the time being, until the old what you call them, the copyright, please get in touch. Where is it? I have a video here. Here we go. We have K Sarah. That is over on Roar Plus at the moment. We just had to cut a few little bits of Euro 88 and have a watch of that. That is Roar Plus.
Actually, we're going to be doing a player rating show after this, which will be on Roar Plus as well. Just something extra as well for people who are subscribed.
Gonna do a little bit of extra reaction for this. Probably a little bit more X-rated.
Stop, will you?
Shut up. And then later on, when him and Martin are sharing the room.
No, shut up.
Roar goes dark, baby. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get to your comments, guys. Thank you very much. Right, first one. I'm going to try and get through these as quick as possible. Where are you watching it? Jean-Paul Donaldson, strong finish over on Twitter. Good man. NUFC sense, pumping into the box tactics was as Spanish on the pitch. We crest, usually. Manning, masterclass.
That is a fact. You do understand. We just kept pumping into the box when there.
I don't have an issue with that.
I do have an issue with that. When you're just constantly doing it over and over with no idea.
But it worked.
No, but this team, but did it?
They had no idea in the first half.
Wait, tell me, when at any stage did constantly pumping in the box result in a goal? Which goals worked result in pumping in the box? One of them came from a set piece, and one of them came from Manning, which
it put him under pressure. Nothing wrong with that.
But I understand.
Listen,
you can't just constantly do it over and over.
It got the crowd going. It got the crowd on top. Right? I know you younger lads. You want all this pure total.
No, it's
football.
not even. It's just simple. It's just sometimes keep it simple. And
it was simple. Pump it in the box. Simple.
And didn't work.
It did work.
But how many goals did it lead to?
It led to mistakes from them. It got the crowd on their feet.
But it didn't.
It got the crowd on their feet.
I'd love to know how many goal kicks there was in the second half, or even free kicks given from us heading their back of their man. I know it was very harsh, but it does result in a lot of time wasting. I can see where you're coming from, but I just think it was just overdoing. I'd love to see how many crosses were attempted in the second half.
All right, well, let's keep going. NUFC, where are you watching NUFC? Census says 906. It must be in Australasia somewhere.
What are you about? He's a Newcastle fan. Oh, no, that's the way Twitter is.
Oh, okay. NUFC sends Halgerson on first half. Sloppy and Jules says, issue is psychological. Yeah, okay. D1989, how many chances Matt Doherty going to get? His levels have dropped massively. He's not even fucking playing for Wolves. Martin McKenna, Doherty could never play in the back four, not even in his good side. Terrible tactical call. Malumbi is needed in midfield massively, says Sam Cotter. Will United, we really can't play like this against Armenia. Minute 1 on the front foot. Heimer's conservatism needs to be parked. Come on, Ireland. Great comeback, lads, says Will as well.
We didn't know what we had with Kenny.
Yeah, qualification. McConnell will take it. What a second half performance. I gave myself a carpet burn sliding celebrating the second goal. However, if Heimer doesn't see that Doherty has no place in the team after this, he never will, especially when your job is on the
could have done with Coleman tonight. Maybe his leadership might have helped.
Do you know, I've said it. If you don't pick him in a squad, it's Heimer there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on, shout out to him.
I'll go have a talk to him.
I've never, you spoke to him, I've never met him actually. He's the only Ireland manager I haven't met since Johnny Giles forward. Yeah, I mean, his job's on the line. God almighty. Doherty trying to sack another manager, says Berta, but I didn't even see that, Berta, but you're spot on, mate. Martin Fitzpatrick. Wow, don't know how to feel about that. I was abusing Ida before he scored the live for him. Baylor was a bit annoyed when the Zaz got subbed off, but respect to Ida for getting the goal. How do you feel about that, Ida replacing your boy?
I don't care as long as it works out. All I care is the greater good of Irish football, and if it results in a goal, I don't care.
Pump it in the box, baby. Well, if you play 70 minutes without a proper winger, you aren't going to win many matches. That's a point. That is a point. No, that is a point.
I could even see, even after 2 minutes, I could see that happening. Collins kicked the sideline ball, or a cross-field ball over the sideline that he put to Jacob Bryan. And the reason he took that ball and head over the sideline is because they were looking for options, and they were looking for someone on the width. But Sammy Smotrich kept coming inside because he's not a natural wide player. And like you could understand why, even just watching Bennett tonight, you can just see he's nowhere near 100% or nowhere near.
No. Got a great response, didn't he? Got a great reception.
You could see he did struggle when he came on, but it's not. I did think McAteer probably feels very hard done by. It's just because he's Ogbene and he's that guy in Irish football, But I do. I just think that did massively play a part, and even the first goal going in.
Yeah, it's just a lift, like the atmosphere. Honest to God, guys, if you're watching at home, wherever you're watching, tell us where you're watching from. I love seeing that. The atmosphere was incredible, but once their goal went in, it just went, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then they lifted him, even though anti ball pumping box Conor. Bernard Bunting, I'm happy for Adam Ida with all the grief he's got this season. McConaughey, 1 of 2. Is there any possibility that the build-up with the big guys singing the anthem while they're over, etc., actually inhibits the team rather than encourage the all play at lower level teams? Bar Eben, I don't like the a cappella anthem. I never have. I think we need to, you want to get in,
the fans. Once you hear the fans singing it, it's different. The best I've ever seen for an anthem in Ireland was when we played Denmark here, and that was just purely fans. And I do think tonight would have been actually like that, with the buzz around the ground, if we would have just had the fans singing it. But you can understand why they do it at times, because there are some games you come here and you don't hear the fans when it's just the fans. But it just depends on the game,
Yeah. 2,000 of you watching us, by the way, live. Thank you so much. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I don't like the a cappella one. I like the fans getting into it and screaming, and that affects the players in a positive way. Adam Curtis, Hyman needs to change that squad, just like before Manning and Brady didn't work. So he goes with Doherty and Manning, which doesn't work either.
Not experiment in June may come back to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Even though there wasn't a huge amount of players to experiment with, but there was. Knight done all right at times tonight, but there were so many times that he got the ball in the middle of the park and he went to go play it wide, and then he cut back. I'm like, just play it wide. I know, because it's probably a psychological thing when you see lads and you see Jacob Bryan out in the right hand side flank, or you see Matt Doherty, and you think, well, if you give them the ball, they're not going to take a man on, or they're not going to do something out of not. Because that's the reality with Jacob Bryan. Jacob Bryan actually thought was actually very good at right back tonight. I actually thought he was one of our best players.
He didn't do much wrong.
And he put for a player of his size, he put some exceptional crosses in the box. When you compare to Ogbene's crosses when he came on, Jacob Bryan was actually very solid, and defensively he was good. Kirkes didn't do a single thing in the whole match, and everything that went bad for us went down the left-hand side. So Jacob Bryan, someone that must take credit for his performance tonight.
No, he was excellent. I didn't think Knight was very good. He was good in the second half. Like, you could see he was playing with intensity and purpose. There was no intensity with these lads in the first half. They were terrified.
Yeah.
That's why I said, step up. Fucking leadership. Anyway, would definitely like Benny to start over Doherty, says Baylor. McConaughey, in which they would be playing against an atmosphere and expectation rather than for maybe a more subdued pre-match ceremony. Just a thought. No, because
countries low. So many countries do it, and it gets some.
I like the Wild Rover thing. I thought
that was good. That the fans that was a good idea. I like that.
The FAI played a blinder there, to be fair. Willie Knight, Libby Barry would be a good addition if you play like this against Portugal in the second half.
He's that sort of winger, he's that sort of direct and stuff. But there was enough in that squad to not say we need Louis Barry, or if you're not going to play with any wingers, why bother calling them up?
Yeah, look, the second half showed what we could do, and I don't care if people can say, it's against a 10 man. No, we were excellent even before they got the man sent off. We just need to start like that.
Yeah.
That's how we should have started. That is how we used to do it back in the good old days before you were an itch in your daddy's pants. That's what we used to do.
I do think we would have I think Heimer probably was. I say he was trying to go quite conservative and hopefully maybe get it 1-0 up with the crowd advantage, or even keep it 0-0. And as we push on in the second half, you can bring on Johnson, you can bring on Ben and McAteer with their pace and power off the bench, and they could make a difference then. But the game got away from us, and we were chasing, and it's always so much easier being the one getting chased than being the chaser. And in this instance, when it was like we were so far behind, like, because if you look at that, that team, Hungary, despite the fact that they'll be disappointed to get 3 points, they'll be they'll be delighted the fact they didn't lose.
Look,
but actually a question for the comments as we go back in the comments here. It's a question: who will be more disappointed when will Hungary feel like they've dropped 2 points, or will Ireland's 2 points drop feeling worse to them? If you get me, like,
I mean, they were you're 2-0 up away, you're cruising. And you knew very poor game management from Hungary. I mean, they were doing all this. They were riling everyone up with the time. I get the gamesmanship, I get the time wasting, but why are you doing it after the fucking 10 minutes? They were doing it after the first goal. No. That just winds people up, and that wound up the players. And it was poor game management from them in the second half. Because listen, if you're the manager, right? If you're what's his name? Rossi, is it?
Marco Rossi.
Rossi. If you're him, right, you're going to tell I'm not a coach, but I'm going to tell my players, listen, right? We wound them up. They were shit, right? But that manager, if they lose, we win here. His job is gone, right? So they're going to come out. He's going to lash them. They're going to come out. You just need to hold it for about 15 minutes. You just need to just hold it and just be calm. And they did none of that. So poor game management, bold Hungary, very naughty Hungary. Right, let's get through some of these because we tons of messages. 2,200 of you watching. Brilliant. Libby Barry, till my voice holds out. Libby Barry would be a good addition if he play like this against Portugal. Jason Knight is not part of this way of playing. He plays on the front foot. Adam Curtis, if we play the 4-4-2 out of position, we need a natural left back and a natural winger. Keith Morrell, I can't understand how or why they had so much space in the middle of the park, and even with 10 men, they still found space in the middle. They did. Midfield, that's the problem. Let's be honest, lads, we got lucky tonight. If Hungary had not had the red card, I think we would have lost. I don't agree with that. We were on top of them before the red card, 45.
It wasn't a huge difference, but I do think once you get the first goal in this sort of place,
momentum.
Yeah, I think momentum would have got us the second one.
Momentum.
But and sometimes teams they actually were quite good when they went back to 10 men. I think they were all right, but whether they did or not, I don't think it's there's still a lot of negatives to take and there's still some positives to take.
Who fucking hit that? He's a coach.
Yeah, it's the goalkeeper coach, is the Icelandic fella.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wonder why Mark Travers is doing the runs, whilst Bazuni's doing shot stopping.
Okay, let's get through these. We've got tons of comments. I think influence the referee's part of the modern game. No, it is, but like times to do it. Harrison D, the manager, got the team selection wrong. Why did he switch Collins and Dara Shea? He's never played on the left. Doherty's barely right back. Never mind, left back. Smotrich isn't right.
That's a good question. Why Darragh always plays as the left centre half, and Collins is always right? Why all of a sudden did that change?
Yeah, I had no idea. Keith Morrell, very lucky. Baylor would like to point out how underrated Smotrich is, especially in the second half. His corner movement and his movement in the box is always quality. Absolutely. C, hard to figure out where we stand after this. Finally played on the front foot, but had to go 2 goals down for that to happen. Agree. Willie. No, sorry, what have I done there? What have I done there? Will United. We played well in the second half. Let's not kill the vibe. Let's take this to Armenia. 3 points minimum. Armenia. 45 to lands. Another poor performance from Collins. Is he really all we talk him up to be? Yeah, look, I mean, he wasn't great, but it's as I said, it's different at Brentford, it's different at Ireland, different levels, but we'll talk about that another time. That Hungary team was bang average too, says Harrison D. Extreme disappointed with that, although relieved. If we go over to Armenia playing the same shite conservative team, what is the point? Keith Morrell, influencing the ref, has always been part of the game. Will United, I had no expectations. The optimism was not realistic. That's why I was pissed off. Ryder KSA. Kingdom Saudi Arabia. What?
Riyadh's KSA. Riyadh season.
Okay. Dave McDonald, slightly disappointed but happy considering first half. Tony in LAJ says, I needed a lot of the Devil's lettuce watching that for fuck's sake. Good man, Tony. West Coast are 2 points lost. We got so much dominance second half and peppered their goal, but it was all a little too pedestrian. We need variation attack beyond launching balls. Good lads, to be honest, says Alistair. Jack, I do agree, West Coast, by the way. Harrison D, a back like of right footers, it's amateur stuff, really. O'Dowda would have been useful over Doherty. All the teams these days play with inverted attackers who can cut inside. Heimer is a dinosaur.
He's right about and go O'Dowda will be probably watching that game tonight and wondering why am I not in that squad.
Yeah, it's ironic when he's actually playing week in week. Relieved there still hopes us John Warren. Arsenal back line. James Hogan, I still think we're a delicate side with not enough drive in midfield. Agree, too slow and not enough urgency. Would like to see Lowell brought in for the Armenia game. Changes needed very quickly. I'd give him a go in Armenia.
Yeah, I don't think the midfield was the reason we didn't and did win that match. I think it was other positions were more important, but obviously the midfield does still need to improve big time.
Yeah, I think John O'Shea stepped in pretty obvious as well. United, the lack of quality is shocking, says Ed M. Dennis Grinnell, hello Dennis, haven't heard from you for a while. Painful shite as usual. Oh dear, lucky to get the draw. We spent the last 35 minutes lumping balls into the box and doing fuck all of them apart from a needed goal against them. And we are a terrible international side. We are going to America. It's not Heimer's fault. We're just a shit football team with the losing the grandeurs. We overhype our average players all the time, convince ourselves that we are better than we actually are. Yeah, Conor. Well, Dennis,
it's not just Irish people. Who we hyping up on this team? Like, it's just the players are good enough to go out and win the match. And the reality is, 1 to 11, we've better players in Hungary in most positions. But if you went off 1 to 11 on the team that was picked tonight, you probably wouldn't. Okay. The reality is we didn't pick our best team.
Well, tell us what you really think, Dallas. 3210 hashtag. As soon as number dial. As soon as I saw Doherty playing left back, I knew that was our weakness. Cannot have him left back if he has no left foot to pass or defend. Kenny and Heimer both made that mistake now. Yeah, it's an interesting 45. I honestly think the armband is weighing heavy on Collins. It's the only reason I can think of that explains this disparity between the club and national team performances. Maybe so. Maybe feels he has to do more. Middle of park, lack of driver. I agree, says. Well, I agree with Alistair Jack. Well, United Heimer's conservatism will need to be checked by his coaching staff. Time to wake up, lads. Jim Bear, how you doing, Jim? If this team was halfway decent on set pieces, the Irish win this game. Or needs to be great in set pieces. So many chances.
Just a question. Did you notice a lot of times, especially in that first half, that you've seen Azaz and sometimes Smollett, who was mainly on the left, demanding the ball off Knight, Cullen, Manning, Doherty, to try and get on the half turn, to try and make something happen, and they simply just were almost refusing, or because their first touch wasn't slick enough or clinical enough, they were still looking at the ball. Their head should have been up to make that pass, which was quite disappointing.
I think I was too busy shouting at the match.
You've lost.
Where have I? No, I've lost my
Just only a wee bit more down from there because I seen KSA keep going down. There's your arrow.
Yeah, I lost my position. Here we go. Yeah, I'm coming up to now. We need to find a way to play for 90 minutes, says David. Get us how you doing, David, and get into the game. And from the get-go, Serene, a habit of sleepwalking into games. Abs walking up too late. Michael Keating, his contract's not going to renew regardless of what happens. Everyone knows John O'Shea's taking over after this campaign. Well, I think we qualify. Although Daniel Mullen, O'Shea and Doherty looked so out of place. Scales should have started, in my opinion. Manning at left back and Johnson on McTeer left wing. He should start on Tuesday against Estonia, in my opinion. I think you mean Armenia. Lazar, I was at the game. I can at least take some solace in the fact that we were safe at Armenia. Imagine we played like we did in the second half and lost. That's true. Doherty ahead of Ogbeni is a war crime, lad, says Will. United Mike Fitz. Look, we were playing against 10 men. We were strolling around in the first half. Biggest game in ages. Midfield's a huge issue on fullbacks. And why are we playing a trash right back at left back and a left back at left winger? Alistair Jack, Matt can't play the role, doesn't have the legs. Nick, Adamita is so underrated. Tony LA, we should have won that with the man set up, but we would have lost if we didn't have a man set up. That's a damning statement for the team. I don't agree with that, Tony. We were on top even with 11 against 11. Fessy was a big miss. I'll not forget this Heimer.
That is a big question. Fessy off the bench, he could have just... he would have strolled past that. The way he just plays off the wing at his... Fessy would have made a big difference tonight on that right-hand side. I do question picking Ogbene if he's not fully fit. As much as we all love Ogbene, I do question it.
I agree. My understanding is that HH has a contract until our interest in World Cup 26 is over. That could be in the last few days. So I get Chris Hughes now. Why?
No.
What are you doing? You think I'm Martin, do you? We can get away in Hungry, lads. That's what I realised. Lads, up the lads, says Cody. Good man, Cody. Could we, says Carday, not went up to the line once instead of constantly crossing it? Dizzy, after watching that, says he. Me too. My voice is gone. Ryan, first half disgraceful Sunday League defending. Second half bringing 2 points dropped. Ed O'Brien can't be playing right back. Can't cross the ball. Well, I don't know about that. Knight ain't good enough for CM, but might do a job right back. Manny Johnson and Ida only ones come out with credit. Tony and LA. Doherty was in Collins' way for the second goal. What the fuck was O'Shea doing for the first goal? Tuesday an early kick-off, says Alistair. Collins turns into a shadow of the player we know when he wears the green. It was clearly a penalty on Collins. Yep. Man United got a penalty for the very same thing against Fulham a few weeks ago. Yeah, I agree. And also, I think O'Shea was ripping out O'Shea as well. If I ever see Doherty in Irish jersey again, I'll cry. HA selections hurt the team as much as a miserable play in the first half. As that's disappointing in not being able to take anyone on 1v1. He's not. That's not a style, is it? He's a passer. Good to see action from the bench, and so's being brought on at key moments, and the right player's been hooked. Makes a nice change to what we had to enjoy in the previous manager under similar grey circumstances, says Dave McGuinness, who was a huge Kenny fan. Harrison, the manager has to stop this conservative bullshit against Armenia. The group could very well come down to goal difference, but a few goals past them. Will United, O'Shea playing for Ireland, looks like someone won a prize.
I don't think he was that bad.
He wasn't great.
But he wasn't, I don't think he was someone.
There was a lot of bad players out there.
Yeah, I don't think he's the one. If you were pinpointing one person for Ireland, I don't think it was O'Shea would be the one, though.
No. Knight and Cullen were bang average again. O'Brien's crossing was okay, but he's too slow for right back, says Tony and A. Brandon Walsh, big question again over the manager. Same mistakes from the past of playing players out of position. We always play better with natural wingers, but yet we never start games with them. Michael Keaton, Ferguson is world-class talent, but his work rate needs to improve, says Michael Keaton. Colin Sweeney, shocking first half. You can't blame Cullen and Knight in the middle. Doherty was awful, says Colin Sweeney. Jamie Fitzsimmons, Doherty was absolutely shite, and the only reason we even ever took a point was the red card made it so hard for ourselves. Sir Jack, we ain't making USA with Knight and Cullen in the team. Tony in LA, it was a game that was crying for try powers. Yep, Cody 1708. If I ever see Doherty in Irish jersey again, I'll cry. Second time I've heard that. Dave McGuinness, do we think 10 points would get the playoff spot, or will we need 11 or 12? I think 10 does it.
I think 8 could get us up.
Okay, we're crying for Wes Hoolahan type player tonight, says Michael Keaton. Ryan, watching Portugal highlights tonight against Armenia, 100% need proper wingers Tuesday night. Tony in LA, Azaz had opportunities to run at players and he crossed it. Just saying, he's not a winger. Glenn Forbes, we seem to get closed down very quickly, so we have a few options. We decided the only way was to score is a header from across into the box. Foley 5, Conor is right. I continuously ignored the opportunity to play Benny down the right versus Kirkes. He kept clipping in.
Yeah, we kept clipping these crosses to the back of the box. It wasn't even the back stick. It was doing my head in.
I think the manager just probably said, just get in the fucking box, lads.
I think you were saying that.
That's fucking worked. I would have had McAteer instead of like Benny. Benny's more suited to a counter-attacking game, which wasn't the type of game we were playing tonight after the red. That's a fair point. Need to go 2 up. Top going forward, says IENL. Will United, we got a draw still in this. Hyman needs to know how much qualifying for this World Cup means. The FA are useless communicating this. The FA are just useless.
Hyman knows how much it means for us to qualify. But we've seen the video. We've seen Hyman speak about it. Like, it's not, you can't say something like that. So the FA's fault.
No. Delighted Eda scored. He has limits, but give him credit. He found the space for that goal with a deadly accurate header, says Glenn Forbes. Baylor, why did we work it into the box at all in the second half? We thumped like 15 balls in the box and got lucky with 1. Their second goal is a joke. It was very bad, wasn't it? Says Answer Jack. Mike Fitz, Cullen and Knight can't do it in a 2-man midfield. I get that there are levels, but look how Sabaslai ran that game in the first half by himself. Those 2 backwards and sideways kicking. Sick of seeing it. Lads, we ain't beating them away, says Kevin Callahan, sorry. Mike Fitz, yeah, we're getting battered away. Brandon Walsh, and if we bring out Benny Johnson on a half time, or at least at the sending off, we probably would have won. Jason Fitzsimmons, Johnson was lively, Doherty was asleep, but goals. O'Brien isn't fast enough for right back. Alistair, Jack, we need points for Portugal now. Yeah, we do. DM, they weren't that good, to be fair. 2 lucky goals. They're tough to play away, but it's not an impossible task. Baylor, just asking, if we lost that game but beat them away, could we not have got second off goal difference? Yeah, there's a chance of beating away though, Baylor. I mean, can't beat them at home. Will United, hopefully the League of Ireland will break free from the useless FAI and the more useless pointless Irish state soon. Okay. Cody 1708. Brian saw the fullback. Problem is everyone around him. Right, let's see where we are to comments. Tony in RTE with usual shite. Doesn't understand the game or the questions to ask. HH just blamed the individual duels for the 2 goals. Total shite. Keep morale. Tony in LA. We got a few yellows. There was a 2 for suspension for the next game, Conor.
2 yellow. Sorry, what did he say?
A couple lads got yellow cards.
No one's gonna be suspended. Like,
no, like you have to get a yellow on the next one.
I don't know what it is for this. It's usually 3.
Changes every fucking time, doesn't it?
Probably depends on the tournament.
Patrick Kelly, super show last. Thank you, Patrick. Irish aviator. Even lads, from where I was mentally after 50 minutes, I'll take the draw. I thought Manning and O'Brien were brilliant. Vital we get the 3 points against Armenia and we still be in it. Baylor, I do have a feeling that the Armenia game is going to be scrappy.
Yeah.
James Agnew, frantic. We never do it easy. It's the Irish way. Onwards to Yerevan, boys. Come on, you boys. Green. Good man, James. We'll see you in Armenia, my good man. Johnny Unitas have to win on Tuesday. Horrendous opening 16 minutes. Keller made 3 great saves. Draw a fair result. I think they defended really well. Wouldn't be surprised if we nicked a win away to them, though. You wouldn't know this Irish team. Foley 5 to keep morale. I don't think it's shite at all. There were poor individual errors from Collins, Doherty, and O'Shea. Hungary will be pissed off at that result, says Christo G420. Alistair Jack, you guys going to game on Tuesday? We are indeed, Alistair. We will be there in Armenia doing the same thing. Trash Elder Millennial. Sorry, at 11 men, we were the better team. I thought so in the second half.
I don't think there was enough played in the second half to say anyone. It was 5 minutes in. Like,
it doesn't matter. We had the momentum. And Ronnie Whelan Company needs a kick in the box. You leave my Ronnie alone. Shut up. How do you know? You fucking hear him. You're here. You're here with me. Dave McGuinness can't blame the manager for the goals. He changes things about being a pulse. He helped players when he had to and put the people on the field to find the goals. And we salvaged the game. Players are slow to start. That's on them for not getting into or from the get-go. Start properly, maybe it's a different outcome. From 13 minutes onwards, Kenny loses that game 4-0. So give HH credit for making the adjustments. For once wanted a manager in with at least the basic tactical know-how, and that goes on. Nick Can, though my 2-0 Hungary win would be the final score, but a sending off changed momentum. Not enough quick free kicks or throw-ins, says Kevin 78. Gee, still need a midfielder. We have nothing. Like Benny Headless Chicken as usual. Bit harsh. Shane McNicholas. Manning, excellent. Doherty, if he's to play at all again, has to stay right wing back. Glad to finish 2-2, but lashing into the box for 40 minutes was grim watching. I thought it was bloody exciting. Draws up. Okay, yes, we wanted to win, but team showed resilience. Come back 2 goals down. Under previous regimes, not possible. We can get better. Next, we need to win.
Do you know when we went away and we beat Wales in Wales after to win the qualify for the playoff? Did we draw with them at home that time? Didn't we? Do you remember that? Do you remember when James McLean scored? Did we draw that first time we played them?
Yes.
So it could be that scored a simulation. Remember, obviously the playoff didn't go well, but McLean scored that winner in Wales to send us to the playoff. Who can give us that? McLean, or maybe McLean come out of retirement.
Well, I don't think that would be too unpopular. John Warren, thumbs up, good man. Yeah, I remember that, and we had great momentum in that group, and Martin and you fucked it away because it was just shit. Dave, I agree with Conor. We need to be more constructive. Well, flash it in the box. Big man up top. Had it down for the little fella. Dave, poor goals to give away. Done well to get a draw. Manning was brilliant, in my opinion. Has to be starting. Should be over set pieces from now on. Delighted for Ida. He actually was really good at set pieces. If Robbie Brady comes back in and he's playing, saying, yeah,
it'll be one or the other, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, even on the pitch.
Yeah. Foldy, there's a difference today between a good cross and a bad cross. There were more bad crosses than good in the last half hour. Dave McKenna. Hi, Conor.
Hi, David.
Hi, Conor.
Didn't say hi to you.
You agree with Conor? Seek therapy immediately, says Christo G420. Not enough gone from Ireland. We are fairly predictable, says John Buckley. Baylor, Conor, Kenny wouldn't have won that game. He would have kept Doherty on and only would have made subs in the last 10 minutes.
I didn't say Kenny. That was when I said about Kenny, that was a joke.
You heard it here. Yeah, to be fair, he was joking about it. Kevin 78, don't forget it could have been 3-1 on a few cases after he had 10 men. It's not going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there was a lot of chances missed by them.
There was. Thank God you have a quality goalkeeper. Needs to take myself for a long walk to try to decipher that draw. 7:18 a.m. here in sunny Sydney. Good man, Carl. Thank you very much. 2 points dropped, as he says. Thank you for your support, Carl. Wild would agree we were so slow with throw-ins, especially Harrison D. You're right, Connor.
Thank you, Harrison.
We needed to have some variation to our play. I just goal came from Nice Johnson through ball. We were wasting time away, giving him kicks. And
I guarantee you, Dave, if you went and watch that match back, I guarantee you it'll dawn on you how many crosses we put ridiculously to the backs. There was a few I remember we put on top of Johnson's head, and luckily, the Hungarians sometimes headed back, but it was kind of recycling. It was constantly recycling over and over.
Yeah, I hear you. Excuse me. I hear you. I hear you. I probably will have it. Like there's one thing watching the game, isn't there? When you're here watching it live, and then you probably need, and you're like, I was excited. You can hear my voice is gone, which I love. I've missed that. Yeah. Hopefully I don't get
the thing is
too much trouble.
The Asia thing, it was so much relief when I went going. Then I was happy. And then when I seen him celebrating, I was like, fucking just will you get the ball back? Yeah. It was just, I was expecting the goal. If that goal didn't come,
Colin screaming at them.
Oh my God, that would have been the worst. That would have been the worst day ever.
No,
in my life.
Absolutely. We've got the last few comments here. Let's get through them and get out of here. Deserve the draw, says Vincent Osborne, but it's been a long time since I've seen a team as cynical as Hungary. Yeah. Got away with constant blatant short pulling and back kicking, even in their box. Where was VAR? And the worst thing is, Vincent, this is in Dublin.
Did you see them checking the goal of Ferguson's for like 2 minutes with Collins when he just jumped from, and that was an absolute disgrace that there was only 6 minutes added on. Yeah, it should have been 9. John Muckin, the Manning hate has to start from now on. Carl Daly, we need drive from midfield. I pray Boston is that man. I do too. Are we too slow? Every time we attacked, we were met with a wall of white shirts in the box. Forbes. I don't think we played with intensity in the second half, and that was missing. You got to have intensity. It's not. We just had no pace. It's not even that we just had no pace in the team.
Keep Morel, JB was great. Kevin Callahan, thank God for Jameson whiskey kept me awake first half. Mixed vibes from Slovakia. Good man, Kevin. In Slovakia, I thought Jake was our best player. He played really well, both in defence and driving forward a few times. John Muck in Hungary looked quite average. They could drop points against Armenia.
Hopefully.
Well, Jesus, I tell you what, they drop points in Armenia and Yerevan. Although you don't know, that could open us up.
Interesting if that is there.
That could have a look at that, Conor.
Yeah, we'll have to look when they're third, because if they go into that game on 1 point, there will be a lot of pressure on them to go get 3 points.
Yeah. Billy and Monty, all will be forgotten if you take a point against Portugal. True.
They play Hungary. They play Hungary, play Armenia in Hungary, third game. But the game before they play us, second last game, they play Armenia away, and we play Portugal that day. We get a point against Portugal, and they drop 3 points that day.
It can happen. Look, that can happen. It's still a lot of football to be played. David, the problem is, in my opinion, we're too predictable in our play. Bill of play is way too slow and predictable. Why are our players so nervous? They all play at a decent level. And we should be confident. I think that's an excellent point, David. Damo, agreed. Conor, Jake was excellent. We missed Brady on left. Armenia, though, fixture, we lost these guys under Kenny. So, in fact, McAteer. What's that popping up? McAteer rested, hoping Boston gets a run. Quick turnaround. I'll focus next game now. Good man, Damo. Foley, 5. Hungary will be discussed. It's Sally did something idiotic to get sent off and put his team under pressure. Yeah. Sally can't wait. Billy Monty, Armenia are the worst team that they've ever been. They're the worst they've ever been. So we expect 3-0. They're very bad. Answer Jack, Hungary will be gutted after 17 minutes. We were dead, Conor. Brandon Walsh, and that Luxembourg game back in June was another wasted opportunity. Yep. We could have had a look at Llewellyn and Taylor's midfield combination with nothing to lose by doing. I 100% agree there. John Trainer, first game of the qualifying campaign, we haven't lost in a while. So, as much as it's disappointing, at least we still have something to fight for.
If we get into the last game and we still have a chance of qualifying come last game in Budapest, that you can say that's a slight improvement, but it's still. Yeah, we should have won tonight.
We should have, yeah. Italian LA, we should have, could have won, but I think any international 2-0 down at half time would bite your hand off to finish 2-all. David, my God, when under pressure, that Hungry team are an absolute mess. Yeah, that's what you do at home. You put them under pressure, to quote the great man. What you can read it, Feeding Steady Radio. Great show, lads. Rida, sorry.
Rehab.
You can see what I've got in my mind, Keith.
You can tell you're not cultured.
I thought you were going to call me something else there for a second. No, I'm just very tired. Riyadh, good man, Keith. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to everybody. And he's also part of Lansdowne Road Plus. 2,800 of you watching us live here.
Make sure you liked it. Make sure you liked that video. I'll see how many likes are on the video. Hold on.
Connor's checking.
I'm checking how many likes are on the video.
We have our own VAR. This is CAR.
What does that stand for?
You don't want to know what the C stands for, Conor. Brilliant equaliser by Ida. It could mean cool. It could mean cock. It could
We're
mean
currently on 29 likes. Let's get, or 30 likes. Let's get the 50 likes by the
50 likes, lads.
50
Go
likes
on.
by
Like the
the
video first, please.
Cost you not.
Nick says Heimer picks Doherty, who's playing fuck all minutes this season. Why is that? It's no wonder he had a shit game. That's true. He's not playing for Wolves. He played the first couple of games. He hasn't played for a while.
He did. Calm down. He just didn't play last weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you said it for a while.
Only as good as that is a while. It's a long time of football, Conor. Glenn Forbes, taking a page from Father Ted. How many masses should we say to secure a win? We'll do it. Alan Mescal. Where was the positive pre-match coming from? Lansdowne Road whipped it up too blindly without no evidence or recent improvements. We haven't lost a game in the last 5. We haven't lost a game in the last 5.
We just think we were going to win at home. There's nothing too positive in it. Martin thought we were going to be Portugal away, so Martin can calm down with that. But I just said,
I remember we're finishing, sir.
Yeah.
Fuck it up. Martin, where are you, baby? He's not. He hasn't commented on us.
He'll be texting and WhatsApp in a minute. You watch.
I wonder, yeah. Sorry, Nick. Our best player was that Sally lad. What a gobshite.
Sally.
That's his name. Mika O'Reilly. The players got to put their hearts on the shirts until someone got the calculator out and worked out. They had a man more. They had heads. Okay. Thank you, Mika. And the McDonald Manning was very good. Wingback's best way forward. No more Doherty. Yeah. Nathan Nolan. I think the first half was an outlier. We started off so slow and passive. Surely the nerves got to them, which it shouldn't. But there's so much optimism here, more than I've seen since 02. Cantona's cat. The last 30 minutes was surreal and full of tension, knocking on heaven's door. I love Fergie's moments of brilliance. He's a cut above the rest. Yeah, that I mean, people go, oh, where's this boy's class? Chance over there. What he did, 2 lads on him, sticking to him like shit to a blanket, and he just uses pace. Not his pace. Sorry.
That's the difference in international football. As a player like that, I know he didn't get that goal, but he did get his goal, and that you just see little moments like that when you know someone's a world class talent.
Absolutely. Sorry, last couple of comments here now, and then we're going to be getting out of here. Why have I done that? Why have I done that now? This laptop, I'm using a relatively new laptop, and I'm still
Celtic Symphony is delighted that his boy Ida got the goal,
and he replaced your boy.
No, wait, but that's nothing to do with it. It was obviously a good change, and I'm glad he made that change because he got the equaliser.
Oh, here we go. Why are Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland able to get results against better sides with similar quality size? No excuses now. We have players that are, not sure what he's saying there. After that, David Murray, Manning must be brutal offensively. Can't see why Alzheimer won't pick him left back. He has to play in the team, but
we would have been better. As much as I said I don't like Scales playing left back, Scales would have been better left back tonight, to be honest with you.
Dave McGuinness, when are we going to reflect on the game and say everyone put in a shift and it was a great overperformance? It's been a long time since we said that. That's true. Tony in LA. It's so important that we didn't lose the first game.
Senegal, probably.
Yeah.
Actually, that wasn't that long ago.
No. The mentality of coming back from 2-0 will help them. I agree there, Tony. Dave Murray, Michael Johnson, Ferguson, and ASAP only players. Who's ASAP?
Zaz, I think.
Zaz. Autocorrect, I'd imagine, who know what to do with the ball. Jason Knight's a brilliant engine and works his socks up, but he has no clue what to do with the ball. That's probably why it's not Premier. I think tonight's show why he didn't get him into the Premier League, and being honest. No, Barrett, why did we not press up in the first half? They were allowed to settle and pass from the back. You can see Heimer screaming at his team to press up. Why are Northern Ireland, West Scotland be able to get no more excuses, says David. This team are good enough to get results. It's actually a decent squad. Dave McGuinness, do you feel like don't cross the white line?
True, David.
Yeah. Cantona's cat, what have we here? A horse voice, Dave. You could make people's ASMR dreams come true. Why, thank you, Cantona's cat. Franco, Koi Big California. How you doing, Franco? There's rightly a lot of negativity here, but there was some great football in tight space. Ferguson was class. I thought Cullen did some great work. O'Brien had a great game. O'Doherty just has to go. This is game 1 and it's still early in the season. I believe this team can grow into this campaign. Lessons learned, we hope, or hopefully. Glenn Forbes, what chip are you hitting on the way home, boys? Well done again. Great work to you, boss.
Cheers, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn. I don't know.
I'm not going home, to be honest, because I'm flying at 7 o'clock in the morning. So
I know I'm flying at midday. Draw 0-0. Honestly, Jack probably I think he means Armenia. Tony Breslin, Colin's a big problem. He thinks he's better than he is. Doherty muck. I had so much hope today, but that is gone. We have to play semi-final playoff and then a final playoff when we can get there hard. Ask Kevin McCarthy. Benny should have come on straight away at the red card. Doherty offline.
Should have been on after 30 minutes, in my opinion.
Yep. Kelleher, yeah. Benny, Jakey, Anita, all excellent. Is there any chance we can field 11 Corkman? Just saying. Danny Nagel, watch Wales with League One defenders defend superbly in a win. Watch Scotland with Souther, Hanley, whole Denmark scored as 4 of a back part of Premier League. Is it coaching? I don't think so. I think it's just.
But it can't all be down to the players. I know weak mentality does come into play with Ireland as of late, but it can't always just be the players' fault.
No, I agree. Right, last comments here. Mike McLaughlin, I'll give Manning some credit. He was often on the shoulder of the right back, but the ball for him to run in onto didn't come. He had to drop deep to get him get the ball. Then he couldn't hit the players on himself. Will United, Conor, cheer up, you miserable bastard.
It's hard to.
I had to travel with this fucker to.
No, you won't travel. You're not traveling with me at all. You're on any of the flights I'm on, so I don't know what you're on about.
Good.
You miserable bastard.
I'm not miserable. Happy. Hungary have some atmosphere at home. I can't wait. That's going to be interesting now. Dave McGuinness, we go into the last window with a chance of either qualification or a playoff. Will take it. Every campaign under Football Messiah was over at the first window. Every single one. And I'll never forget that treason. Worse than the Tans. Jesus Christ. Martin Gardner, cheer for president. Changing it to Ida for president. Ida for president, sorry. Alistair, Jack Martin on glue. We're not beating Portugal away. Mike Piss, a Hungarian goalkeeper gave me flashbacks to the ready goalkeeper back to. Oh yeah, do a what or a twat as I called him. I remember that. Billy and Monty, surely Knight is worth a shot at fullback. Maybe as a right wing back. That wasn't said earlier on. Do you think John O'Shea has too much influence over team selection? Same old mistakes from the Kenny regime. It's hard to say. David Giddens, great pod this evening, fellas. Great post-match commentary. Thank you, David. This is where you get the honest. This is the best post-match commentary, if I say so myself. The panel are gone, unfortunately, and yeah, because you get to have your say. You get to talk to us, and we read out your comments. Talk to you, Corkman, Gallagher, and Eda to save us tonight. Just saying, says P Ireland. Franco, Koi Bay, California. See you boys in Armenia. Bollocks after that. Go man, Franco. It was lovely, by the way, Franco. Lovely catching up with you earlier in Slatterys. By the way, Slatterys sponsor the podcast. Head to them, give them a shout. They're fantastic, really good guys over there, guys and gals. Alistair Jack, Eda is off from Celtic fan. You don't know what you're getting. Will United up the League of Ireland? Upwards, lads. Bernard Bunting. It's important now to get a few goals on Tuesday. I think this group will come down to goal difference with Hungary. Ireland will win this group. Fuck it, says Christo G420.
Go on, Christo.
If you're on the L420 there, Christo. B Diddley Beer, probably said before, but the first goal was Doherty's fault. Delightful Manning and Ida. Foley 5. Thanks for the coverage, lads. Wrap it up so Conzo can get the Slatteries. Conzo. PR well said Foley. Right, we're going to wrap it up there, guys. 3,000 of you watching us live here. Amazing. Thank you so much. This is, of course, the end of this part of the international window. The Republic of Ireland have drawn 2-2 at home. Not great, but we're not out of it. Not yet. Plenty of life left in this campaign. We will see you in Armenia. I'm flying out tomorrow noon on my way through Germany and then on to Armenia. Get there about 3 in the morning. What about you, Conor?
Oh, don't even talk. It's just too long of a day. But there will be that was the seat. I didn't fart.
Sitting on my fucking top.
There's going to be an Armenia opposition preview with our Armenian football expert out tomorrow. And then we'll be doing our preview on Monday ahead of the match on Tuesday. We
will. We're going to be going to the press conference. Need to find out when the press conference is. We're going to be there, lads. We're going to continue the coverage over in Armenia. Can't wait. If you're over there, give us a shout. Come up and talk to us if you wish or not. But yeah, thank you so much. This part of the window is finished. Just going to say one more time, big thank you to Slattery's of Beggars Bush for supporting us on this part of the window. Fantastic guys over there. Thank you for your support.
What do they need to do? What do they need to do?
For your comments. You need to like the video.
143. So 50 by the time you say goodbye.
7 more likes. Please like the video. Really does help. Please subscribe to the YouTube page. If you want Roar Plus $4.99 to get some extra bits and pieces. We're going to record more stuff after this on that. I won't say the joke. And then basically, yes. And yeah, look, I'm going to get out of here because I'm I haven't moved from my seat in like 3 hours. I'm going to fall down the steps. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. If you're in Armenia, we'll see you in Armenia. Anyway, I'm David Dunn. He is Conor McAvoy. This is Lansdowne Road. And to the 3,000 of you watching us here live from Dublin, thank you so much, you wonderful, beautiful people. We'll see you in Armenia. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Come on, you boys in green.